Hi, Dr. Eric, the Muscle Doc here. America is in a health crisis of fatness, and Primex is here to save the day. Modern eating habits have made our bodies become our enemies. I'm going to show you the surprising dietary shift that's slowing your metabolism and fueling the obesity epidemic, and why it can feel so hard to lose weight. These are the reasons why Americans today have significantly lower metabolic rates than their ancestors did, which also means lower muscle mass. Typically, despite similar calorie consumption, like say in the 1940s, lean men maintain their weight on 3,500 calories per day with only moderate activity, while modern calculators suggest that they should only need maybe 2,000 to 2,400 calories. Many diets in the late 1800s consisted of as much as 5,000 calories and over 400 grams of carbs per day, and people maintained a healthy weight on those diets. Crazy, right? Currently, approximately 75% of American adults are either overweight or obese. This is a major public health crisis that cannot be explained by reduced physical activity alone. Research also shows that basal metabolic rate, or called BMR, has declined significantly over time. And, even though exercise has increased, this kind of contradicts the common belief that we simply move less than hundreds of years ago. The dramatic increase in polyunsaturated fatty acid consumption since then has gone up by over 200%, has likely contributed to the decreased metabolic rates, as these fats can downregulate metabolism compared to the saturated fats our ancestors commonly consumed. Average body temperatures in the United States have been steadily declining since the Industrial Revolution as well, providing additional evidence of decreasing metabolic rates across the population. America in general is facing an escalating epidemic of being overweight and obese, and a lot of people know this, right? But this is a crisis that's now classified as a significant global health concern. This means that an alarming 7 out of 10 adults in America are categorized as either overweight or obese. That's a huge number. This highlights the urgent need for comprehensive health initiatives. But did you know that our ancestors ate more calories than we did today and remain lean? We're fatter than our ancestors despite eating similar calories. Crazy, right? And there's a lot to it, right? I believe that one of the reasons for the rise in fatness and obesity is a result of downregulation of our metabolic rates due to the dietary and environmental factors and loss of muscle mass, testosterone levels, and more. I'll discuss this a little bit more in depth in a minute. But one of the biggest changes between now and then is the types of fat in our diet, which changes the types of fat inside our bodies, right? And this dietary switch, and kind of swapping out, for example, butter and tallow and ghee for margarine and vegetable oils and more, has downregulated our metabolism. We're also exposed to significantly higher levels of environmental toxins such as glyphosate and microplastics, which further downregulate energy production by interfering with metabolic pathways and signaling. EMF and Wi-Fi, electronics, blue screen, and blue light contributes as well. The standard American PUFA-rich diet and environmental toxins disrupt our ability to convert food into energy, leading to an increased tendency to store food as fat. Instead, energy balance, so this refers to the relationship between energy consumed through food and beverages, calories in, right, versus the energy expended through bodily functions, the energy outside of it, right, and then physical activity accepted. This is the caloric expenditure side. But research shows that our ancestors stayed at a healthy weight, even though they're eating more, and they're moving roughly about the similar levels as we are. This finding contradicts some of the mainstream messaging, such as we are moving as much as our ancestors. Now, this can be true, but it's not the only factor, as I talked about. A reduction in our BMR means that our metabolisms just aren't burning as many calories at rest. Again, calories out, right? So while many Americans may consume too many calories, this is true, and this can, of course, lead to weight gain, but a huge red flag is that the basal metabolic rate is also declining as well. This statement is supported by a steady downward trend in our body temperature, as metabolic rate can be assessed by body temperature and other methods. A lower metabolism means that in order to maintain or lose weight, we have to eat less calories. With food abundance, you can now see why it's very easy to gain weight. Americans now burn less calories at rest, do that lower BMR, and have access to food abundance. So how did our metabolism get so low? One of the biggest changes our nation has seen is a change in the type of dietary fat that we're consuming and how it negatively affects our hormones and our health. More high PUFA-rich fats, the polyunsaturated fatty acids like vegetable oils and some of these PUFAs that are tainted in nuts and seeds, etc., and less saturated fats like animal fat, cocoa butter, coconut oil, etc. Humans have never really historically consumed these high levels of PUFAs, right? Historic levels of linoleic acid, for example, range between 1% and 2% of daily calories before the 1930s. Today, the average is between 10 to 25% or more of total daily calories. And as a result, our body fat is becoming more and more unsaturated, meaning more unstable, more inflammatory. PUFA availability has increased over 200% since the 1909. The type of fatty acids you consume, which impacts the type of fat inside of you, plays a significant role in the calorie side of the energy equation balance, right? The fat we consume not only serves as an energy source, but also has structural and signaling roles. And a body filled with more PUFAs will send different metabolic signals relative to saturated fat stores. So think about like hibernation signals, right? What do squirrels load up on before they hibernate, etc., right? Unsaturated fats, rich nuts, etc. We become more unsaturated and our metabolisms are being downregulated. As a result, there are two consequences of this metabolism downregulation. On one side, obesity rates are on the rise because of abundant food, access, and a downregulation of metabolism, and some less activity too, right? On the other side, in pursuit of being lean, many people keep calorie intake low and are afraid to eat more. When this happens, something eventually has to give, right? And this leading to a loss of systemic function and inflammation, whatever your body's weakest link may be. This could manifest as digestive issues, hair thinning, histamine intolerance, oxalate insensitivity, or other health challenges. Research has consistently shown that prolonged calorie restriction reduces metabolic rate further as the body adapts to conserve energy. Keys to improving metabolic health and the BMR. We should be able to eat more food without gaining weight, just like our ancestors did for generations. However, modern life introduces certain metabolic breaks that makes this more challenging. The good news, your metabolism isn't permanently damaged. It is simply adapted to the resources and the habits that you provided it. Just as it's possible to train your metabolism to burn fewer calories, you can also train it to burn more, enhancing your energy production and increasing your maintenance calories. In other words, the key to eating more without gaining weight lies in boosting your metabolic rate. Here are 7 keys to improve your metabolism and increase your maintenance calories and increase your rate so that you can eat more and not gain weight. Number 1, prioritize whole foods, right? Number 2, stay active daily. Number 3, build muscle. Number 4, maintain consistent eating habits consistently day after day. Number 5, moderate dietary fats. Keep the fats at a moderate level and limit polyunsaturated fatty acids, which can negatively impact metabolic rate, and choose high quality meats instead. Prioritize sufficient carbs is number 7. By making these changes, you can retrain your metabolism, improve your energy levels, and create a lifestyle that allows you to eat more while maintaining or even improving your health. If you're looking for help with losing weight and balancing hormones for better health and sexuality, slowing the aging process in a root cause cellular medicine proven and physician-directed way, schedule your initial consultation with me today. It's called Dr. Eric Primex Cellular Health at 740-777-9717 or shoot me an email at eric@drericfate.com. At any time, you can also visit and check me out at drericprimex.com and primexweightloss.com to check out all my great weight loss and health optimizing solutions. I'll get back to you right away and make sure you're set up for wellness success. Be sure to check out the Primex store as well and all my social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for tons of free videos, content, and ebooks. Again, you can boost your metabolic rate, get the body you want. Again, it's about increasing activity, eating the right fats at the right time of the day, minimizing toxins, minimizing blue screen, getting out in the sun, being active. Don't fear the carbs, but just eat them at the right time. And by getting your blood work done, working with someone like myself or one of my colleagues who could do something like this. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Please like and share. Live great.